Let me take you to the heart of Lagos, a city in Nigeria where dreams meet reality and love battles tradition. Our story begins with two souls whose paths cross in the most unexpected way. Meet Tola, a lively and ambitious young woman in her late 20s. Tola is the kind of lady that will pepper her rice with confidence and sauce her jollof with charm. She works as a fashion designer in a bustling Lagos studio, her fingers weaving magic with Ankara and lace. Her dreams is to make it big in the industry and take care of her widowed mother, Mama Tola, who raised her single-handedly. Then there's Femi, a dashing software engineer in his early 30s, with a sharp wit and an even sharper sense of humor. He just returned from Canada, but don't be fooled. This fine boy is as Nigerian as suya and pure water. He is looking to settle down, much to the delight of his family, the well-known Adebanjos. Their paths collide one sunny afternoon. Tola, rushing to deliver a client's wedding dress, bumps into Femi at a fast food shop. Her steaming cup of coffee spills on his white shirt. "Ah, sister, are you driving or flying?" Femi jokes, his voice dripping with sarcasm as he wipes his shirt. "And, excuse me, Oga, you walked into me," Tola snaps back, her eyes narrowing. Their heated exchange draws the attention of people around the shop. But just as quickly as the storm begins, Femi's laughter cuts through the tension. Okay, let's call it a tie. "You owe me another cup of coffee," he says, smiling. Tola expresses annoyance but agrees, sensing there's something charming about this stranger. Over the next few weeks, Femi and Tola begin to see more of each other. Coffee dates turn into long walks, and before they know it, their connection deepens. But Lagos love stories are never straightforward. Femi's family has their own plans for him. His mother, Mama Femi, has been eyeing a certain Bisola, the daughter of a wealthy family from their church. Bisola is perfect in every way, except one: she's not Tola. One Sunday after service, Mama Femi pulls Femi aside. "My son, don't you think it's time to bring home a wife? Bisola is a fine girl, well-trained and from a good family." "Mama, I've met someone," Femi replies cautiously. Mama Femi's face clouds. "And who is she? Is she from our tribe? Does she have good home training?" Femi sighs. "Her name is Tola. She's a designer. She's hardworking and kind." Mama Femi's lips tighten. "Femi, think carefully. Marriage is not just about love, it's about compatibility." Femi decides to introduce Tola to his family despite the tension. The Adebanjos host a dinner, and Tola arrives in a stunning IRO and buba, looking every bit the sophisticated Lagos babe. But the atmosphere is frosty. Bisola is also present, her eyes cold as she watches Tola interact with the family. The dinner goes smoothly until Mama Femi begins asking pointed questions. "Tola, who are your parents?" she asks, her tone sweet but sharp. "My mother is a retired teacher," Tola replies. "My father passed away when I was a child." Mama Femi nods but doesn't look convinced. Something about Tola seems familiar, but she can't place it. Later that night, Femi's elder sister, Sade, pulls him aside. "Femi, don't you think Tola looks like someone? There's something about her." "Like who?" Femi asks, frowning. "I don't know, but Mama has been acting strange since she arrived." Sade whispers. Unknown to them, Mama Femi has been digging into Tola's background, and what she discovers sends shockwaves through the family. Tola's late father was once a business partner to Femi's father, Papa Adebanjo, but their relationship ended bitterly due to a betrayal that left Papa Adebanjo nearly bankrupt. "Mama Tola," Mama Femi mutters to herself one evening, clutching an old photo. "So you're the one." The next time Tola visits, Mama Femi doesn't hold back. "Tola, do you know who your father was?" she asks, her voice icy. "Yes, Ma," Tola says hesitantly. He was a businessman. Why did you ask, Ma? Mama Femi places the photo on the table. Because this man nearly destroyed our family. Tola's jaw drops. I didn't know. Of course you didn't, Mama Femi snaps. But the sins of the father sometimes follow the child. Do you think I'll let my son marry you with this shadow over your family? Femi storms into the room. Mama, this isn't fair. Tola didn't do anything. But Tola, humiliated and heartbroken, stands. Maybe your mother is right, Femi. Maybe we're not meant to be. She leaves, tears streaming down her face, and Femi feels his world crumble. Mama Femi sat alone in her living room, the silence around her as loud as the thoughts in her head. She had always been a woman who believed in tradition and family honor. But in her quest to protect her family, had she driven her son away? Femi's words haunted her. Mama, you've taken away my happiness. She thought back to Tola. Despite her reservations, the young woman had conducted herself with dignity, even in the face of rejection. Mama Femi couldn't deny the fire in Tola's eyes, the kind of determination that reminded her of her younger self. Mama, Sada interrupted her thoughts, sitting beside her. I think you're being too hard on Femi and Tola. She's not her father. Can't you see how much they care for each other? Mama Femi sighed deeply. It's not easy, Sada. You know what her father did to us. But maybe I was too harsh. Saadat smiled. It's never too late to make things right. That evening, Mama Femi made a decision. She would visit Tola, not as an adversary, but as a mother seeking peace. With a small basket of fruits and a heart full of uncertainty, she made her way to Tola's home. Tola was surprised to see her at the door. Mama Femi? She asked, unsure of what to expect. I came to talk, Mama Femi said gently, her eyes softening. May I come in? Over the next hour, Mama Femi shared her fears, her pain, and her regret. She apologized for judging Tola based on her father's actions and admitted that her son's happiness mattered more than her pride. Tola listened quietly, her heart swelling with hope. Thank you, Ma, she said finally. I only ever wanted to love Femi. I'm glad you're giving me a chance. As they hugged, a new bond began to form, a bond rooted in understanding and forgiveness. Femi had been restless. Days had turned into weeks since he last saw Tola, and the emptiness in his heart was unbearable. He missed her laughter, her fiery comebacks, and the way she made him feel alive. One evening, as he scrolled through his phone, a notification popped up. Tola's fashion showcase was happening in a few days. He had almost forgotten about it. This is my chance, he thought. On the night of the event, the venue buzzed with excitement. Models strutted down the runway in Tola's vibrant designs, each piece a testament to her talent. Tola stood backstage, her heart pounding with pride and nerves. As the final model walked out, Tola stepped onto the stage to take her bow. The crowd erupted in applause, but her eyes widened in surprise when she saw Femi walking toward her, holding a bouquet of roses. Tola, he said, his voice steady but emotional. I've missed you. I don't care about the past or what anyone thinks. You're my future. Please give me another chance. The audience gasped, their attention now fully on the unfolding drama. Tola's heart raced as she stared at Femi. Femi, she began, her voice trembling. I don't know. But then she saw his eyes filled with sincerity and love. She smiled through her tears and nodded. The crowd cheered as they embraced, and Femi whispered, I'll never let anything come between us again. With their love rekindled, Femi and Tola knew they had one final hurdle to overcome, uniting their families. Femi's mother had softened, but Tola worried about her mother, Mama Tola. Would she forgive the Adebanjos for their past? One Sunday afternoon, Femi and Tola arranged a meeting between their families. They chose a neutral location, a small garden in Lagos known for its serene atmosphere. Mama Tola arrived first, her face calm but guarded. Mama Femi followed, holding her husband's hand. The tension was palpable as the two women sat across from each other. Femi cleared his throat. Mama, we've brought you here because we want to move forward. Tola and I love each other, and we need your blessings. Mama Tola sighed. Femi, I've never had anything against you, but your family, what they did to mine. Mama Tola, Mama Femi interrupted, her voice steady but emotional. I understand your pain. I held on to my own anger for years, but I've come to realize that holding on to the past only robs us of the present. The two women stared at each other, their emotions raw. Finally, Mama Tola nodded. For the sake of our children, let's put this behind us. The relief on Femi and Tola's faces was evident. The families embraced, and for the first time, there was laughter and warmth between them. The engagement ceremony was a grand affair in different attires, blending modern elegance with traditional Yoruba customs. Both families were well represented with their different colorful Asho Ebi outfits. Tola looked radiant in her Aso Oke, her gele wrapped perfectly around her head. Femi, dressed in a matching agbada, couldn't take his eyes off her. As the drummers played and the guests danced, the couple knelt before their parents for blessings. Mama Tola and Mama Femi, now united, placed their hands on the couple's heads, praying for a lifetime of happiness and peace. Tola, Femi whispered as they rose, I promise to love you every day for the rest of my life. And I promise to never spill coffee on you again, Tola teased, her laughter ringing out like music. Their journey wasn't perfect, but it was theirs, a testament to love, forgiveness, and the courage to fight for happiness. As they danced into the night surrounded by family and friends, Tola and Femi knew they had found their forever. Years passed by and they are still living happily, together. This story teaches us that love is not just about feelings, but also about understanding, forgiveness, and family. In Nigeria, where family approval is so important, it reminds us that holding on to grudges and past mistakes can block future happiness. Mama Femi learned that judging Tola based on her father's actions was unfair, and it almost cost her son his happiness. It's a lesson for us all. Don't let old wounds ruin new beginnings. It also shows that true love requires effort and courage. Femi didn't give up on Tola, even when things got tough. He stood by her and fought for what they shared. Relationships aren't always easy, but with patience and understanding, they can survive even the hardest challenges. Finally, Tola's humility and grace teach us that respect and kindness go a long way. She faced humiliation but didn't retaliate. Instead, she stayed strong and focused on her goals. In life, we can't control everything, but we can choose how we react. And sometimes choosing peace opens doors to unexpected blessings. This story reminds us to forgive, love deeply, and build bridges instead of walls, especially in our families and communities. Thank you so much for staying till the end of this story. You're truly amazing. To my viewers, you're the heartbeat of this channel. Please join the family by clicking the subscribe button and turning on the notification bell. Now, let's hear from you. If you were in Mama Femi's shoes, what would you have done? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I can't wait to read them. Please, don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends and family. And stay tuned because another exciting story is on its way. One I'm sure you'll love just as much. See you soon.